My bad. I don't have enough books to stack this thing high enough, so I'm gonna look down at you. Um, my head is fucking sideways right now because I sort of kind of am broken up with my girlfriend of over a year. That's a lie. Something around there. And like a woman I've lived with for 2 years and possibly my soulmate. I don't know. She's as fucked in the head as I am in all the right ways, and she wants to take care of me, and she does, and I take care of her, and we do different things. I have not been able to move on because I want to make her better as she has made me. And in the time that we have been together, I've seen her go from good to better to okay to worse to I don't want to even acknowledge it anymore. And she will not admit that to me nor herself. Okay? I have tried to help this girl. And if you look at the production value of her last four things, you'll see that it's drastically decreased. Like, she did this fucking Pocahontas thing. It was great. I was just a little bit player in it. I just what thing. It was great. Like, she got on the path and like make another one that was like we did it in two clubs. Like, oh, this is great. This is great. And she put them online and nothing happened. Like, and then the next one we started dating, we did some sort of Lion King thing where I was the top guy and like she was the bad guy, and like that's an interesting pick. Okay, but, okay, there's a number that she wants to do. She's okay. So, so you want to be the bad guy in Lion King? Why not the good guy? I don't know. I never truly asked you that. I should have because in the time since, try to that. You use your jealousy, your hatred, your distrust, no matter what I do. You have not built the bonds of trust that normally humans do after the period of time we've been together. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I have done bad things. Not as bad as you think. But like, babe, I love you. You have dragged me through the mud at every which fucking turn because it's the only way for you to exert control. You knew I gave it to you. You knew I would do anything, anything for you. I just wanted better things for you. I know you saved me many times over. I've saved you little bits here and there, but like you saved me when it mattered, and like I've been trying to give myself to you as like a follower and like your fucking cult or something, and like I, it's not as easy as it looks. And you seem to understand how to make it harder because you basically do that, and the rules change, and the concepts of like trust are just completely warped, and like that's what it is. Doesn't we're not negotiating, and I dealt with it. I said okay. Um, we had instance after instance after instance of perceived contrivals that didn't mean a fucking thing, and you fucking drug me fighting about everything. Just oh my god, you're a terrible person. Like mega level. There's not like little fighting. There was only major fights and no fights, and I just can't live like that. Like we don't have enough little fights to get out our shit against each other. And although I love you dearly, I will leave you if it's gonna make you better. I know I'll find my way somehow. You know me. I've gotten lucky in some ways, and I'm very fortunate in others. And that's just the life I've lived. And I'm sorry if that bothers you. I kind of was asking for this job because I wanted to be as deplorable as possible by this age. Like I wanted to have a good story. So as I told you, but yeah, that guy's a fuck up. Like oh, I remember how good that guy was. But like, if nothing else, he's interesting, a character that I would like to see more of. Okay? You all need to start saying that shit to each other because none of you is doing that. A lot of you are not making like enough friend bonds to actually feel attached to your own society, which is leading to you make some very strange choices of what you do get involved in. You become like an active participant in like an issue-based religion, and like it's just about this issue. You have your one issue that triggers your like your like quadrannual ritual of speaking to the entire mass that is us. It seems like that's just not cutting it anymore. Um, I don't know who or what the fuck is going on, but we have a very distinct problem with our society. I don't know how to explain it. I'm I'm gonna be probably my worst pretty soon. Um, I've been there before. It wasn't that bad. She made it that way. It's gonna be way worse this time. Um, I wanted to be here. I wanted to get to my last breath one more time. I've done it every part of my life. I almost drowned when I was 10 years old. I was swimming in an ocean that should have been a riptide. Whatever. It was the wrong day to be swimming. My fucking stupid friend's mother let us swim. And never spoke about it again. Okay? Because like when I came to, the fucking lifeguard was like looking over me, and I like was talking to Ben. He was saying some weird nonsense, and I didn't give a shit. I just want not. I got my last breath. That's all I need. That's all I get to. I got to my last breath, and then I realized way later, and I finally listened to my friend, thinking that he'd know what was talking the whole time. Apparently, in my fright or flight mode, I had moved my entire body mechanically to the point of exhaustion, like hours, that like I was able to churn out every last bit of energy to keep me and this kid by bobbing my fucking self up and down, like bobbing myself, because he was small and I was tall. I was big, he was light. My extra weight really mattered right then. Why? Because my mom is a fucking vain cunt who I love dearly, but needed to be dating like a Jewish man above 5'10". She knew that was a thing. She was a fuck. My father was a business owner. She was gonna be a business owner. She knew exactly what she needed to fucking procreate and make a really good business owner. And it is height. That's number one. Number two, she needed a fucking character, a fucking personality, and she got it. She got those two things. And she got 3 perfect children and no grandchildren. I'm not saying I won't do it. I'm saying is God has a sense of humor. But back to the story. I happened to be able to save both of our lives without even realizing and not being conscious for most of it. I hit a level of fight or flight that I kind of titrated and figured out where was that level of like, I'm ready to die. Go on. Apparently that's what, depression is. I didn't realize that. Apparently I had been way more depressed than I realized for a very, very long time. And Wellbutrin's one hell of a drug. Wellbutrin is one hell of a drug, okay? One more time. Wellbutrin is one hell of a drug. Let me be very clear with you. No bullshit. I'm looking right at the thing now. I was not prepared for what happened, okay? I am not saying anything bad about Wellbutrin. What I had was an extremely, extremely rare reaction that may or may not have happened. It's like it's all in my mind. And like may or may not have happened. This could be me going nuts. But like I can tell you the entire like psychological situation I was in after like several weeks on this stuff. I didn't have to get high. I was in fucking mid-orgasm the entire time. Okay, I had one day where I just went, fuck it, I'm gonna beat it, and just at the tail end of what was a fucking good one. It was just about right. And on the third fucking try, and on the third go ahead, and on the third round, something clicked where like you would usually just kind of like, okay, like get to sleep, asshole. We're not. It reverse blew my fucking mind. Like I had an orgasm that did not stop traveling through my body. I don't know if it did, but I know it died down a little bit. Thank God. I drove a car in the most orgasmic trip anybody will ever take in the history of trips. From Florida to Colorado. Let me tell you, being in a V6 for that long, when your walls are fucking lit up, it's a great fucking time, baby. Oh, your father, I'll go. Fucking, I want to do this all in a day. Fine, I'll go to sleep. Alrighty then, let's get this going. That was the shit, man. I am not gonna lie to you. The cold did it in, but after the cold in Colorado, I could think again. I had not been in cold like that for a very long time. I spent a lot of years in Miami, South Florida, primarily, like maybe once a month or whatever, once a year visiting the New York cold. being in Colorado for more than like 5 days, I want to fucking kill myself. That and the altitude sickness, which I think we're all gonna have to deal with more. No, you don't think we're gonna deal with altitude sickness? But really? The last I checked, by any metric, the sea level is rising. So the amount of habitable Earth is going to change depending on the topography in a way that a lot of us aren't ready for. And it looks to be happening faster and faster. And nobody seems to be thinking this way because, well, it's not going to be profitable in 5 years, so fuck it. It's not going to be profitable in 3 years, so fuck it. If it's not going to be profitable next year, don't do it. No, can't take that risk. We are so undercapitalized, underutilized, undersupervised in the ways that matter, and oversupervised in every other fucking way. We have a problem with the society that we have built. Admit that to yourself. Things are going sideways. Sideways. In a way that like there's some fucked up shit going on here. Like, I'm pretty sure since we were able to stream, we haven't really gotten anything done. I think our entire fucking human civilization has been doing just a whack job. Everybody. You're all masturbating, you know? None of you are doing anything. Nothing's getting done. Everybody's just happy to survive to the next year. That's it. Does that feel like first world to you? Because I think we might be a second world country. The rich have it really good, but everybody else gets worse every year. Like, we may not be third world yet, but we're working on it. I know I'm being a little more flamboyant than some of you used to, but I gotta impress everybody. I gotta be really, really charming so that people will listen to me and they realize that I'm communicating in a way that people aren't communicating. I don't mind just jumping through different levels of my mind of what the fuck is going on? Like, dude, I can't believe we got this. But how is this gonna play out? 10 years? I'm sorry, I can't plan for that. I can't plan 10 minutes. Maybe 10 hours. 10 days you're pushing it. 10 months, fuck no. 10 weeks, thereabouts. 10 days, definitely. 10 weeks, we'll work on that. Look, you guys saw my first Molotov cocktail thrown on the Facebook wall. It's gonna get way worse because I'm breaking up with a girl that is so obscenely vindictive she will find a way to fuck with me. Okay? I love this girl and what she represents and who she is. But she is gonna drag my name through the mud like no other person ever has. I don't know how far she's gonna go. I know that some of it's true and a lot of it's her overreacting. I'm sure any man would say that, but not any man is going to indirectly give you what kind of porn he's looking at if you're looking close enough. Again, I hope the resolution's high enough that you can kind of see. I'm not actually watching it, but Zoe Holloway and Melanie Sky are definitely on the list. You got like some really, really fucked up things going on in your mind, babe. I love you, but you went from like, you know, up and coming to like, dude, and really being at your best to just making everything a fight about how much control you gave me or I gave you or whatever the fight was. You've kept me in a psychological loop of just hatred, jealous warfare that like all I can do is run and hide. I did it for a year, nearly. It's whatever. Like I'm not dealing with this for another 3 fucking days. Like it's close to New Year, and like I worship you, bitch. I everything. You are the perfect person who doesn't have the ability to do the perfect things. Okay? You still don't know basic arithmetic. Like, flat out. I've seen you add shit together. You're fucking horrendous. When I gave you the list of 3 numbers of receipts I had, you couldn't figure it out. You were fucking $19 off? Maybe $16 off. You were... I don't think you've ever used a calculator. Maybe you have. I don't know. You take all of your notes in your fucking phone. And, like, that's your record keeping, and you don't give a shit. Okay, fine. Don't say you have a foundation and I know you give to homeless money, but it's certainly not an organization. Nothing organized about it. I've seen like the receipt drawer. Of course, not filed, not dated. It's all just stuffed in there. Like, if anybody had to go through that, like, they'd have to piece together what the fuck you did. Oh, which performance is this? Which costumes are like? You don't know what the hell you have. You just literally move around once you buy new shit. You are a shopaholic in ways that people, usually can't afford to be. But you shop just enough to keep yourself like at bare minimum. And I wanted to show you a better way. I know you think I'm just a cheap Jew who doesn't know a fucking thing what he's talking about. I'm trying to just take your money or some horse shit, anti-Semitic crap. No, babe. I'm telling you that you kept sending me to buy fucking condoms from a pharmacy at $24, fucking 36 pack. Like, no. Go to Walmart, $18. It's right there. It's literally across the fucking street. What? She didn't know. Again, let me be very clear. The woman I've been living with for 2 years and fully together with for one-ish is a transgender prostitute who is not the top of the class, but could be, and is more beautiful and incredible than any of these girls, and is actually following her own shit, giving to the homeless, making the community better. She doesn't really know how. She just knows, okay, there's people that are hungry, make food. That's all she's got. Listening to me about any matter of like, oh, let's get our shit together, just not happening. She fought me for 2 months now to not pay the electric bill, or the water bill, the internet got paid. If I'm doing any work, you're gonna let me do that fucking work. All right, fuck you. I'm trying. I know the work you do. You got your phone. You can remember that. Remember the time that you didn't know how to fucking, you couldn't call T-Mobile. You didn't know what to do. The app was on your fucking phone. You literally go to T-Mobile to renew your phone every so. You haven't had to do that since I found the phone every fucking time. You only ever bought new phones when you lose them, and you lose them every fucking week. Since I've been here, you've had that extra money along that you just literally just put into shit around the house. I love you, my dear. We live in the worst possible area for hurricanes. I am not saying you shouldn't have good stuff. I'm saying you should store it appropriately, and you don't at all. Okay? If you want to have, and I get that, okay? I think it's a little idolatrous of you, but I see Jews doing it too, and I understand. And look, if you define yourself by the shit you own, fine. I can see something in that. But that seems to be all we have left now, because we're not talking to each other. Not really. Whatever your fucking conversations are, like, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I couldn't care any fucking less. We are not having the honest conversations that are supposed to happen typically at weddings. Wedding is the union between man and woman. It's supposed to be a celebration, both of the individuals and the society that produced them. And that last part is like been going by the wayside the last 60 years, to now the point we don't have weddings. Who gives a fuck? Weddings and the reverse wedding, I call it, and the what's it called, reverse wedding? Yeah, that thing, whatever. Those things are the most fucking expensive parts of many of our lives. That's how fucked our system is. Okay? We let it get like this, which it says something about us. Either we don't want to talk about the problem, or we're happy with the way things are. At least we get our little piece. The piece of an ever-shrinking pie that has... Dude, engineers got paid $100,000 a year back in the early 90s. Why are they still making $100,000 a year? Like, no, that's not how that works. Inflation has gone slowly, but it has gone. Like, a Coke costs the same. Why do engineers make the same? It has been 20 fucking years since Y2K. What the fuck? Like, we have markedly digressed. I'm not saying we were great at Y2K, but from Y2K to Y2012, why Y2K 2012, Y2K 2012. I'm bringing 20121221. 201221112. Ugh. Ternary encoded message. 2012. Sure goes to some numbers. 1221. Or 2012. 2112. No, same thing. There's two messages. Looks like they said the same thing. One's reversed. I don't know what that means. No. But if you look at the fucking numbers of 0, 1, and 2, and you see them in a circle, 2012 says circle. And 1221 says mirror or reflection. And if there's one thing we can all agree about society, is that we are staring in the mirror while we run in a loop. We are staring in the mirror as we run a loop. That is literally what we are doing. Maybe not individually, but collectively, this is who we are now. You can either get on my fucking side and like speak loudly like I am in as unconventional ways you want, and just ask to be heard. Okay? Clicks great, money best. Follow where I point myself. I want to become an influencer because like I'm honest with you, and that's fucking it. Like I'm gonna take control of my data, not just the fucking things you know, the pictures, the bullshit. I'm talking every single geolocation bit, every single fucking byte, every single change in an algorithm. Fucking me. I want to know about it. I want to take ownership. I want to be the face of that fucking data. I want a timestamp. I want to record it to me. I want to fucking wear that data in my bed. This is what I am. But not who I authorize myself to be. One more time. I own my data. It is me. But not if I do not authorize it. I need to look at my data to understand if it is authorized or not. Because there is a lot of magic going on. Where things mystically get disappeared and mystically reappeared. And oh my god, they didn't save it. Or oh my god, it's lost or corrupted. You know, there's 22 fucking emails you don't hear about that were lost from the Bush administration. I am not saying that Bush is any better or worse than what has come after or what has come before. I am saying that we knew then we would have this fucking problem. And we chose the war. We knew at the end of the Bush admin there was going to be a fucking problem. And what did Obama do? Fucking nothing. But he did update it. Obama did not go after the 22 fucking missing emails because he was playing nice. Okay? 22 emails, 22 million emails. Before, you know why it didn't catch? Because nobody understood what a fucking email was. The people who would be affected by the decisions didn't actually have comprehension of what they were talking about. The English have been doing this for years, keeping the fucking language complex enough that they could fucking, the smart ones could get around. That is what language is. You'll see the language reflected in the society in every which way. We see it, we call it racism. It's not racism, it's ethnicism. It's like a measure of like socialization. You can't know everybody, okay? You just can't. So you need a couple of archetypes to go by. So the French are just like the romancing pussies, and the Italians are like the romancings with like good wine and basically everything else good. And like the Spanish, well, they conquered a whole lot of shit and killed a bunch of fucking people. Those are your main parts of civilization, whether you like it or not. Okay, I'm tracing to the Roman Empire. I'm tracing to the English channels. Okay, I'm meeting him in the middle of the West, which is French and Spain. I'm sorry, fuck you. Okay, I'm just gonna make a large archipelago of like how much USA cares about. Because I'm assuming you know those four countries. Do you know Spain? See, there's a little Portugal thing. We don't worry about them. They got Brazil, but like not that big a deal. Is Portugal, Spain, France, Germany. And we got pulled into a massive fucking war 2 times. I think it was with Spain. For the French and for the English. Okay? Sorry, Italians. We are defined by our languages in many, many ways. especially by those who only choose one tongue. I am one of those. I chose to be a one-tongue. One-tongues don't fully understand their own language. They think they do. I had to take a long time to understand it about myself, but I also had a lot of other things hiding right in front of my face that I chose to ignore. Some of you have like these like societal niceties that like you really take to heart and like can find true disgust in others not having, and like I didn't have that at an early age, and I knew that. I just ran with it. Like, let me be very clear with you. Like, you're supposed to bite your nails. Maybe not as much as it causes pain, but like that's a normal thing. We are fucking animals. You keep it groomed. How much is right for you or your mate? We grow hair in places some people like more, some people like less. Whatever. We're animals. Okay? Some people have two eyes, but they only see one way. Some people see two eyes, but they only see one way. And those are the people you're never gonna get rid of. Okay? I'm gonna build this persona, this bullshit that I came up with. A long period of time, a lot of planning, but didn't really know how to kick it off. Fuck it, happening now. I'm gonna explain human society to you in 4 fingers. These 4, they'll work together. One way or another, they'll work. They're trying to make it work. These 4 fingers will work together. They don't care. They just want to get it finished and go to sleep. Okay? And then some others that will always oppose. They will oppose. They will oppose. They don't like it. It's not good enough. It's wrong. It's. We all have 2 hands. We all have 4 fingers. We all have a thumb that opposes those 4, not because it dislikes it, because it sees it in a different way. Now, some people are letting their opposables run everything right now. I'm not saying who you are, but some of you are letting your opposables who just want to make it. Doesn't matter, it's not good enough. These are the people that oppose. They oppose one side, they're for another, whatever. They oppose. They stand up. They don't care. They're devoting their life to the cause. This is beyond religion. This is a life fucking vow. And you need to fucking honor that. Alright? I am not saying anything that has transpired is good or normal. But like, there are people that will die rather than admit or process new information that would make them the fucking evil bad guy. Like, it doesn't matter. Some people are just, like, at the sunk cost fallacy for their own morality. They just don't give a fuck. They're living in hell. And they can't come. You need to have sympathy for that instead of hating them. Okay? I know the Bible is a wonderful book of human civilizations, and it's tiny. And what happened from that was a good thing. It was a good thing. The amount of people on this planet is partially because we fell in love with various monotheistic religions and a couple others to give us some balance. You need to stop hating the ones who can only do the simplest stuff, even if they're doing it wrong. You're never gonna win. You're not. I'm one of those people. But like, other people are way worse than me. Like, I don't care what you find on either side in this fuckery that we're gonna see. I'm gonna try and speak both sides as best I can. I know I can. I have my own views. But like, I'm gonna go neutral as I can. I'm gonna make it fun. I'm gonna make it different. And I'm gonna encode it. Yeah, there's gonna be some other stuff in there. You're gonna see me jump around a little bit. I'm gonna be a little weird, a little random. But I'm also gonna try and tie home to a theme. I'm gonna try to, have multiple themes, but with an overarching motif. I know we're using complex language here. Please come with me, okay? And from various motifs, we can build. I don't know what's above motif, but you get the idea. Like, we need to reassert language with each other, because after you graduate high school, you don't need to know subtlety at all. Like, dude, I could do it. I could go completely blitzed into any fucking place I want. Nobody will say a goddamn thing. I am saying white privilege exists because I've done it personally. I made a habit of it, of going to any, small level place, completely fucked up out of your mind and just seeing people will serve you. Some races would die. I'm not saying who, but there will be some more. And again, I'm not talking about just us. I'm talking about in other parts of the world. Like, there's Indonesians that, like, they don't fucking like each other. Like, if you showed up at the wrong part of town, fucking shitface, you're dying. Like, and they're fucking advanced, by the way. Like, there's like an entire underclass of people that just knows that they're fucking dirt. And, like, we're pretending to play it nice here. They have their golden donkey winning. It's not going to stop. Like, this guy has a handle on the market. He knows the target market. It's about 30 to 30%, and they will buy anything he fucking sells them. Love it or hate it, jump on the bandwagon now. That's what I say. Look, you need to understand. What is happening is not normal, but is absolutely intended. One more time. The institutional distress that we are experiencing all at the same time in very, very paranoid and isolated ways has happened all throughout our history. But now we're the most disconnected from each other. We won't even talk to our neighbors. Most of us will not talk to our neighbors, and some of us live too far away. I'm saying we have changed as Americans. America can't, America not. It's more like that. Like, we came up with the internet. We came up with all these standardizations of imperial system. Fuck yeah. And like partook in so many scientific advancements. And now, we can't feed our fucking scientists. The people that propelled us through the last, we don't give them money. People that are going to like specialize, we fuck them. Royally. If you're a PhD, you will get fucked. We truly tax the youth out of our best and brightest. So by the time they turn 30 fucking 3, they're old misers after nobody but themselves. None of you have your childish dreams anymore. I can tell that by what you're settling for. Okay? Let me tell you one fucking thing. Watch the first season of the animated X-Men and stare in awe at what the children were expected to comprehend. The first episode of the first season of the X-Men on TV, it was animated. It was no live action back then. They didn't have fucking special effects. They had animation. And like, in the first season, they go through some real shit. Some like real American style fucking like discussions. I don't know what they're talking about now. I don't. I'm not gonna go look up the nearest cool ass cartoon. But like, when I saw that shit in 2012, I'm like, all right, that's why we won. Clearly, everybody's gonna start acting like this and be like this. And 2012 is the ending. It's not the end. It's the beginning. And we're about to build paradise together. Little did I know we were stuck in the Tower of Babel, and nobody has the balls to say anything. Well, I am bold, and I am deplorable. And I'm going to abuse that to the best of my ability, because fuck you, I came up with it first. You got my last name? You're dumb enough to not figure this out before me? You stupid fucking animals, all of you. Backstabbing, shit-eating, smoking, drinking, piece of shit apes, all of you. And you got my last name, you didn't think of this? Fuck you. I'll slide my first name in there, that's how good I'm gonna do. See, I didn't go to Harvard, but I went to the U. I landed at Swagger. And this is me doing my digital swagger, waving my fucking data wand all over your fucking face, because now you're gonna realize that we are in for some shit, guys. And I'm gonna broadcast first, the most honest way I can, because I can get away with it, and fuck you if you tell me otherwise. Like, I'm not saying I've made good decisions. I'm still sharp. I wish I had more economic power, but fuck it. There's actually no alcohol in this. I can't have liquor anymore. Yeah, I've got hepatomegaly, so I'm about to die anyway. No. I was diagnosed one time with a liver double the size, and I have not gone back to find out if it shrunk because I'm too afraid. I don't drink much anymore. When I do, I keep a low low concentrations. I don't. All I can tell you is the only thing I learned from fucking chemistry: lower the concentration, lower the effect. Sometimes a little bit, sometimes it's exponential. Okay. I'm not saying I disapprove of you personally if you drink. I'm saying is we've been boozed up as a society and we have made better decisions like this. Remember, way back in the early days, water was not safe to drink. Alcohol was safe to drink. One more time, you fucking stupid monkeys. Alcohol was our water before water could be our water. We literally made ethanol before we made safe H2O. Get on my fucking level of the wide array of genotypic phenotypes that would show that level of just tolerance. Like, some people are just built to tolerate alcohol, some are not. And like, some made it, most didn't. And then at one point we found how to make water, and then people who weren't tolerant to alcohol could actually survive. I know you didn't think about it that way, and I'm not saying that's right, but that's closer to the truth than any bullshit you ever heard. Look, I know we got to hearing about the Abrahamites who like drunk wine and were normal humans. That's not how it started, okay? I'm saying maybe that did happen, but then everybody else was being drunk and fucking numbskulls who end up having to join the right side. Like, if they are truly the messiahs and the whatever, like, faith in humanity, okay, forgiveness, was what drove all that shit and what created the behemoths those religions are today, whether you like them or not. Like, the amount of the human brain that is thinking in Catholic, Jewish, Muslim, Buddhism. Again, to see that example of a large religion compared to 3 different monotheisms, all about the same things, but a couple different books. Oh, just upset of mindedness, whatever. Okay, some use it like this. Like, just okay, 3 different versions of the same shit. Oh shit, this thing turned off. Oh, see. By the way, this girl had so much control of my life. I made all my passwords exactly what she wanted. We had the same password for everything. I could access her shit. She knows I wouldn't, because I just don't care. And yeah, I had full access to her phone. I never looked at it. I had no reason to. And when I did, it was because she was asking to check something. She can't read her own reviews. I've been living with a extremely attractive transgender massage therapist. And that right old Jewish man who just got caught for, I don't know, what's his name? Is it like the Patriot Epstein? Or Epstein Patriots? I don't remember the guy's name. I'm sure I'm friends with this girl on fucking Snapchat or something. Like, she's a rich Jewish girl I totally have been into forever. Like, we done fucked up, guys. We are not speaking loud enough about what is appropriate behavior and what is inappropriate behavior. And we've been letting it slip for a very long time with Israel. I'm not saying Israel's right or wrong. I'm saying is they're going through some shit too for the same reasons as us. And I'm basing some of it has to do on language and tribal mentality. Jews, the same fights that we have in America are probably going to be fights we're going to have over in Israel of how we organize ourselves. Because if we're going to survive as a country, we need to start thinking collectively, and we are not fucking doing that right now. Exercising your right to beam yourself up, and this is what I think is quadrennial. Is that every 4 years you get one chance to flip a switch? Like, I'm sorry, but there's a lot more switches in our society than there were before. Like, people didn't know you had to have a switch of like what color your fucking clothes are. Like, this is what you had. Like, for a long part of human civilization, people just, okay, but does it fit? Fuck it. Okay, all people could sew. At one point, most humans were able to sew in some way or other. Because if you didn't make your own clothes, fuck you, nobody's making it for you. Okay? There was a point. I'm not saying it was long ago or a short time. I'm saying is at some, none of us understand this shit anymore. We all know how to. Is this working? Yeah, it's working. Like, you guys really need to like recognize that, like, yeah, okay, that's enough. I'm trying to, like, reflect an image through the people that are actually watching, trying to recreate this. I'm sure they will. Like, if not, they could fucking do the deep fake thing for me and just make me say wacky shit with this. I'm giving them all they need at a low enough resolution that it will reduce the entropy enough that they will be able to deep fake me immediately. It's really that easy. The background is so easy. It's just a bitch of lighting and stuff. Like, it's just me. Not even on my head too. You don't have to fucking figure this shit out. I'm gonna do this again, a little more organized when I'm not under an influence. At the moment, my influence is about, I want to say, a 1/10 of a gram cocaine over the past hour, give or take. And not a full tall boy. 1 pint, 8 fluid ounces. How many is that? Oh yeah, 24. I think we need to understand the metrics better because we do not know how to comprehend things. A recent headline is that due to mass fires in Australia, things that humans are able to prevent, over 500 million animals will die, or have already died, or will die in the famine that follows. 500 million animals. That's like 10 Holocausts. Right? Something like that? That's like, I don't know, but people have been killed in Rwanda pretty goddamn fast, and nobody batted an eye back then. Probably because you couldn't see them in the dark. Fuck it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying there is 100% agreement that the lighter your skin, pardon me, the more light your skin reflects, the more advantages you have. Boom. This will make a lot more sense in the morning, guys, but this is natural selection staring you right back and saying, oh, fuck, yes, we did. Okay? I am not saying it's right. I think it's a heinous thing, but I can acknowledge the truth where it is due. There are advantages to having lighter skin color. My girl is 100% the example of it. Okay? She is full on Hispanic. At this point, I don't think she could speak it well anyway, but she knows enough English to get by. She can barely read and write. She certainly can't do arithmetic and certainly doesn't know any basic stuff. She literally left home age 14, 15, like not knowing a fucking thing and just figured it out, like selling herself. And now she supports, gives some family $300 a week, mother. She gives her mother $300 a week, pays her rent, and does all these things. But she's done it with making every single mistake there is to make. But because she has light skin, she knows she's getting some action. She's a Latina with light skin. And all the other things that matter, apparently. Look, I've dated a number of women. Y'all know I'm straight. Might be kinky at times, but I'm straight. This girl's a woman inside. 100% a woman. I don't care. Yeah, no, there's ways around that. Trust me. Some of you know. Look, I had the courage to love somebody outside my comfort zone. Way, way outside my comfort zone. And I discovered a beautiful human. Someone I'm still going to have to step away from. I haven't stepped away from many. Most of you broke up with me. But like, I'm feeling like there's a danger to my health by continuing to deal with the horse shit that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Let me be very clear with you. This girl once screamed at me, like drunken, like I'm gonna fucking die. She doesn't drink very rarely ever. She has 2 alcoholics in the family, father and brother. She hates alcohol. She was already drinking a glass of wine. Like, how dare you? You fucking cheated on me with this friend. And she was showing me the record of my Uber. She has access. She's allowed. She was looking through it. And she, how dare you? How dare you go to her house? I'm like, oh, wow, I'm so sorry. After I calmed her down, which was like, I did it. I swear to God, I did it. Get it? Like, oh, so what was happening that day? this is a legit. It was definitely an Uber ride from this place to her house, and it was from my phone. We see your phone. Yeah, can we look? What are those texts you sent me? Huh. So on this day, at this time, you said, I'm going here, can you send me? My phone's burnt out. You could have just looked, instead of jumping, leaping, conclusions. Like, I give this girl so much view of my life, it's never enough. My fault. I allowed myself to become so nature her that, like, if I'm separated from her for more than a few hours, like, she gets separation anxiety. Same thing with a puppy. If she's away from a puppy for more than 4 hours, she has a problem. The only time I was not with this girl, let me get this straight with you. Being with the person has less to do in the beginning of how much time you're spending with them to more how much time you're going to have good times with them. Because you guys spend a lot of time not with each other. Some of you. I think most of you. Some of you are not spending enough time with each other. And you deserve more time with each other. To figure things out, to work things out, to do things together. Everybody's just trying to survive. I get it. I have my own way of doing it. Living at the lowest common denominator possible. Thank you to my second grade math teacher who taught me that. That's a lie. We didn't have math teachers in second grade. Second grade I had Mrs. Tobin. First grade I had Mrs. Abramson, who originally was Mrs. Gordon, but then got married right when we got there. So, like, all the stuff said Gordon, but her name was Abramson. I fucking remember that shit. And as my father said, she was a fucking dish. My dad had no problem saying in front of my mother to me, like, that girl was fucking hot. Like, and, like, that wasn't the only time he did it, okay? At least, well, probably 2 guidance counselors he was. Yeah, Dad, that's how I see it. Fuck, now I can't unsee it. Like, I'm sorry, but I got socialized at a very young age. Like, I have not had a typical upbringing, but at the same time, mine is better than most, and I cannot complain about it. My father made more fun of me than the kids at school. He bullied the shit out of me, my brother, my sister. Yeah, but she gave it back to him. Like, she kind of like loves that little back and forth. Me, I just wanted it to stop, and my brother did not know how to deal with it. Maybe I could have been a better brother at some point. Maybe I could have. I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought that I could build something special, that I could be a self-made person, that I could show you that, you know, the regular way doesn't have to be the right way. Because that's what I always thought. But fucking jerked off too much and didn't do anything. I didn't get to know too many people. I didn't put value in social situations because, like, I thought I just had to find the right one and I was done with it. It's not that simple. I still can't deal with it. The whole social side of, like, how people interact and, like, see each other. Like, I know I've been the weird fucking guy the whole time. I get it. Like, I've been okay being the weird guy. But, like, you're all fucking way weirder than me deep down. You just don't want to be as outward about it. Like, just because I have no filter on my weirdness and I happen to have a couple of eccentricities that really make it bad. By the way, I have a family history of dyslexia and schizophrenia. And, like, when I turned fucking 28, I was like, it's gonna hit or what? Like, come on. I'm waiting for you. Like, it's like, I did the charts. Even Mandel says, you're probably gonna get fucked. Nope. I don't know if it was the voices or was the prescription medication that blew my mind half to hell, that left me picking up the pieces after what was ostensibly a good thing. Both pulled me back from the brink, but put me right back on it. in different ways. I don't have the ability to be depressed anymore. I am way too forward thinking about everything I know. But you lose something. I have been across the universe of my mind more than most people. I lived in fucking daydreaming. That was what I spent my life doing. I didn't care. As long as I had time to daydream, I was good. When I was a kid, there was times I wouldn't be falling. Like I would just do the shit, and I would just sit there staring at the wall, like, oh my god, that's so awesome. Like I didn't need drugs for that shit. Like I was just so content to be observing the world around me that I never even concepted like reward. No, I just wanted rest. And like now, if you don't do more than what your rest is worth, you just get tired. And like a greater and greater number, you are so overworked and so under sourced with like resources from our society, you're literally dying at your desks, and you're letting yourself do it, all because you don't want to be seen standing up for something, some specific issue, religion, regional lie, whatever. The things are changing. It's not what the words they use don't really make sense anymore. They don't apply to the same people. We need to start finding more meaning in words and some new words to describe what the fuck is happening. Because we, as society, are growing forwards with our language, but we're growing backwards with our interactions. So like, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying is we're gonna have to deal with it, and we're gonna have to acknowledge it collectively that our language is getting more barbaric, obnoxious, low-grade, primal ape. Okay, all of it, in different ways. Whether it's power plays or actual written text, we are communicating more aggressively than we have previously. I don't care who you are. Look back to the fucking 60s. Things were bad back then. They weren't that bad. Okay? Okay? We are collectively more fucking miserable as a society than anybody wants to admit, and I am happy to be the one to scream out, I don't agree with this going on, in the funniest and most creative and adorable, debonair, wonderful way. And I am doing mind control on you because I am that fucking attractive and good looking and valuable to society that you're gonna want to look at me and that like I'm a pretty one too. Yeah, I'm pretty. I'm a pretty influencer. People want to follow me because they like my bullshit and they want to look at my face. They want to look at my face. They want to see me being happy, doing cool things, and being. Admit it to yourselves. Some people are born angels. They just know how to create a crowd. The crowd will follow them. I have no inclination towards younger women. I will tell you right now. There is this girl, Lauren Gray, who could become an icon of do-gooder status things and just she doesn't do anything for the community. You don't picture her in the most wonderful contrast possible. This horrendously rich white girl for doing nothing but showing her pretty face and doing pseudo-creative things like bad singing, next to a horrendously homeless, toothless piece of shit drugs of society. Like, play that shit up, okay? There are people that will, with their beauty, know they are taken care of. And how they spend that capital is the most important thing we need to focus on right now. The beautiful people, whether they're smart or not, doesn't matter. We need them to work together. I don't care. The beautiful people need to start working together because everybody follows them. Admittedly, there are different beauties to different parts of our society, but again, what is beautiful versus what makes you feel beautiful, and how much of that you're actually comprehending, those are really necessary questions we haven't asked ourselves collectively. I'm not sure we're capable of handling that right now. All I know is we need to spend more time with each other to actually experience America. Experience Americans. Because right now, it's just, I could not. No, I could not. America could not. We didn't spend time with each other. We didn't make our world any better. We let it get worse as we just worked in the corporate machines or the freelance machines, whatever machine. We were working on machines, and people are dying every day. Like, how much more machine work can we do? Like, little. I'm sorry, you working in a corporate machine. You were working as an engineer. You were a cog in a machine, a very well-oiled, incredibly profitable machine that doesn't give a fuck about you and will spit you out just like a fucking wasted part. Okay, you just replace it with a new one. Fuck you, get out of here. Like, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it's not serving us well right now. There's a time when that was useful. Like, there were some people that couldn't get their shit together. Like when they made drugs illegal. Yeah, people couldn't get their shit together, so put them in jail for that shit. Reality was you didn't put anybody in jail except the people you didn't like. Sorry. You're gonna get over it sooner or later, but like, the term is not white. The term is light supremacy. Like, you see it in religion all the time with these guys that are just fucking become like icons of God and like can command the most devout loyalty from their idiot followers because this person has communicated with them on a way beyond words. It's a collective acknowledgement of the world around you as too dangerous for anything to be out of sorts. They are capable of doing anything and you will still follow them. I don't want to call it a life bond or what catchiest name I'm going to figure out so you guys will fucking follow me. I've lived in Trump, okay, not true. I've been in both Trump country and regular country. They're not different. They're just made of different people. Like, regular Trump country, people are good old people. They just want to be happy with each other and they don't want people telling them how to be happy. And in regular country, they just want to be happy and they want people to tell them how to be happy. But there are a couple of wedge issues that are basically ruining everything for everybody. Instead of making some sort of executive? No. Educated? No. Mature, wise decision of putting the differences aside and agreeing on a minimum or a maximum or a range or whatever bargain needs to happen to make sure that their happiness is cared for. People's happiness was generally in their marriage and their children. You took both of those away in the worst ways possible. You made divorce a money sink and pregnancy uber expensive. Pregnancy down here is close to 6 figures a year. If you're lucky, 35K. What's your minimum wage? Like, are you supposed to? Oh no, there's lots of little ways you can get around it. Oh. So like there's an entire underclass of people that couldn't go up because it was just cheaper to stay poor. Huh. Well, that's how backward our system is. Does that mean you get rich if you stay? Yes, you do. Oh. Well, why hasn't this thing collapsed on itself? All right, the technology. Okay? Complain as you might about the way things are, people are amused. People have enough amusement in their life to not go out in the streets and start killing people. Take that as a good thing and give them something to look at. Okay? I wrote this originally, not in the way that I was going to release, but I wrote the first part of this as if I was in the mind of that kid. I don't want to say his name. I don't want to say any names. I'm going to have my handle, that's it. The kid shut up an entire fucking school on Valentine's Day. Did you not think that was going to fucking happen? Like, that's the most depressive day of the year of people who are not well-adjusted in society. You knew it was going to happen. I'm not saying any individual is at fault. I'm saying collectively, we dropped the fucking ball. Just look at the baseline there. On Valentine's Day, a completely, emotionally, socially inept human being shot a bunch of socially inept human beings. I don't care which side of it you're on, it happened. We let it happen, and nothing of substance has changed. Same laws, everything's the same, and that is what you're going to deal with. That is the level of obstinance you are dealing with. Okay, I don't care if you agree with it. I don't care. I fucking don't. Okay? You're already seeing gun sanctuaries pop up. Like, what the fuck does that mean? If I'm not armed, you're gonna kill me? Okay, fine. Like, we're the country of free ideas. We're gonna get crazy with this. But, like, this happened. And, like, we have not come up with a new way to communicate yet. Like, couldn't he have just said, help? You know, like, if a smartphone was made in the darkest jungles of Africa, what's the first thing we do? Scream out as loud as possible. Which I'm pretty sure that's what the first radios are, just made a fucking loud noise. There's no distress signal for our society in any which way. Like, protesting, really? I respect you for doing it, but it hasn't got shit done. And whatever's happening, it's happening too slowly. I know. I've had a lot of time to relax and think about this. Trust me. Let me get something straight here. I might be a slacker, but I'm a good slacker. Okay? My job, for 2 years-ish, feed the cats, feed the lizards, feed the chicken, bury the chicken, feed the dog. Feed the dog, because this parent of goodness that I know lost the dog once and then had the dog shitting blood with whatever she was feeding it. Okay? You can blame it on me all you want. It's her dog. It's her dog, and she let it happen. Now, I am responsible for feeding the dog. So now that if we are broken up, I have to wonder what the fuck that dog's eating. She already got x-rayed once for chicken bone. This girl was feeding right off the chicken. That's it. Cut it. You get an organic chicken. It's got to be organic, and cut it and give it. And she was so high she forgot. If she maybe done it wrong, she didn't know. That's not a good sign. Okay, it's not a good sign. There's no two ways here. This girl was fucked up out of her mind plenty of times. This girl went through 2 ounces of weed a month. I don't care if you have the dingiest grass. It's a lot of fucking weed. About $300 if you get it from a really cool guy. I'm saying if your habit is $300 minimum, not counting how many things you fuck up because you have it, like how are you going to look down on somebody whose habit is $200 every 6 months? I'm not saying good person. I'm saying is I have seen people with habits look down upon other people with habits and just not see the irony at all. And like that's just who we are. That's who we are. Some people just cannot see the two sides. They just got a blind spot. I've had a lot of them. People know me. Like I'm famous for my blind spots. Like I just don't process that. I've had girls I care about. Look, you don't get this. No, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know why. And like sometimes I chose it. Like I never cared. Like biting nails, picking nose. Like none of you fucking think clearly. Your body is an animal, a machine built to survive, and it throws perfectly processed, useful energy into your fucking nose to make your boogers sweet. What the fuck were you thinking? That is the most efficient use of resources you could possibly do. We don't know what it does or if it does nothing, but at least we saw the application of resources to a place we didn't understand. I'm not saying right, wrong, or whatever. I'm saying is, if you think of it in a warlike sense, although we breathe through a mouth, we are breathers on this planet. There are people who don't breathe. There's animals that don't breathe typically. We breathe through a mouth. We exhale through our mouth and our nose. We have to breathe through our nose. We have to breathe through our mouth. We can choose the mouth. We don't have to. Why? We fill the stuff up here. Some of you have been turning your nose up to stupid things, when in reality, the stupid one is you. I I don't care if societal nasties never did. I do fucking heinous things. Don't care. I have that ability. I'm born lucky enough, and I've know just enough how to work and how to work the system in my favor. Yeah, I've done some fucked up things. I haven't killed anybody. I haven't really been violent with anybody. In fact, the only time I got close to being violent was being accused of being violent by the woman I was with. This girl particularly. I have definitely shoved it out of my way a couple times. Like, she has gotten up in my face like, fuck you! You know, okay, it's personal space time. You can't do that. This girl has struck me. And that bone density is not double X. That bone density is not double X. I didn't say it's triple X, but it's definitely not double X. And as you know what I'm referring to, well, no, shit hurts. Regular one when they hit you, But if it's not double X, you're gonna have some problems. Honestly, she treated me better than anybody else. She did do wonderful things. She saved me in a number of ways. And I tried to return the favor by saving her for the stupid things she can't understand that she doesn't need to. That I can just set it up and... No, she prefers to do it wrong to spite me. I saw this girl spend her rent's money in the most busiest month that she needed the extra cash. I paid her the next month's rent early. Just to make sure, hey, look, family came in, whatever, I'll keep a record, we'll settle up later. We do this a lot. Like, she doesn't know how to handle money. I had to loan her money. Again, short term, like $200, $300, $60, $50, whatever, adds up. But again, I was going through bankruptcy. I had everybody in the motherfucking call me. Like, I was like, fuck you, I'm not listening. Then they bother my mother. Then they bother my sister. That's not happening. But my sister, I fucking lost my shit. I'm like, oh yeah, this is done. Done. Fucking done. And, look, I'm not saying I was this girl's pocket Jew. I'm saying is, everybody saw me that way. He may be a Jew, but he's a pocket Jew. Like, I had the balls to fucking tell her to her face that her accountant doesn't know a fucking thing about what he's doing. No, legit. This girl did not, no itemized list, no deductions. I understand she wanted to stay off the radar. I get that. She has a 401c foundation, whatever. Why is she not writing that off? Why is she not taking that salary? All of that is possible. She is doing it. She has proof. Why was that not done? Well, you're not doing your job. If you're her accountant, you're going to fucking represent her, and you're going to fucking do a good job of it. Apparently, this guy does the taxes for auto police. I don't know where she bought that bullshit from, but she believed it free and clear. I'm sure this guy does taxes for like one shitty police officer who's been, fucking stuck in the force for 40 years and give a shit. Look, I'm not saying the people around here are bad. Most of them are good people. In fact, generally, I don't have anybody that I particularly dislike. There was one that was disturbed that I'm happy she's not as involved. Not that I don't want that disturbed person to find happiness. That disturbed person caused a lot of shit. And for a lot of people besides herself, and I'm not saying she can be put down. She has a lovely child that she's trying to take care of, but like that's how broken people begin. From somebody else's break. And you can't do a goddamn thing about it. And I wish I could help that kid, but I've seen a lot of brokenness. I've seen a lot of fixed things. I've seen a woman, man, turn into get specific plastic surgery so she can look more like her daughter. I've seen a woman, she doesn't care. It's about her daughter. She's okay with me being a woman. I'm going to be as much of a woman as I can. Like, that's fucking mind-boggling to me. I have seen people rip her off. I've seen most of the time she just fucked up. I'm not saying this girl's a bad person. I'm saying she jumps to conclusions. She takes it all the fucking way. She stopped going to her favorite fucking place because one shitty night where they couldn't see her was very busy. Fine. I'm not going back. No, that was embarrassing. 4 months later, she's back on it. Like, it's like, we could sell it right now. Fuck yeah, you fucking pay $40 for a sell it, fine. Okay, don't tell me. Like, they know it's you. Shut the fuck up. Like, that's how nuclear this bitch is. And she doesn't understand it. And like, it's not just, she does this with clients, she does this with friends, she does with family. It's happened. I know. I've seen her cut her entire family off for a year. That was the year she kept me around. I don't know if I'm fighting her family for fucking. I don't know if I'm fighting her family for resources or just attention, but I know I've got all the attention, and I think they need more of the resources. Or they don't, and they're just fucking using it. I'm not saying one way or the other. I'm saying if she had legit reasons to get angry, I don't think she took it the right way. I don't think she solved it the right way. I know that I am the least cost asset that she has. Okay? She gets service from me more than any of you. I don't care what relationship you have. I don't care. Mother, sister, me. I don't give a shit. You're all great people. Okay? I have catered to this woman's every fucking need. Drove her where she wanted to drove her. Fight with her when she wanted to fight. Make up with her. Everything. Didn't matter. I was gonna fucking deal with it. Whatever it was. She became a monster in the process. She's psychologically fucked me as much as she could. Just make sure that fights happen every so often to keep me too bamboozled to walk away. And again, there were certain benefits that did make it very nice for staying. And when I did contribute, she promptly used that to beat me with it. Not directly. Again, when somebody has said in the beginning of the year, "Hey, I want you to look up what it is to get this surgery because I want to do it. I've been thinking about it for a long time. I want to do this surgery. I want to go where they do it best, and find me the details. Find the numbers, figure it out. I'll save it up." She went from that to refusing to pay any of her fucking bills because fuck you, why should she tell me to spend my money? That's what it turned into. All in the month of her fucking production. It was. She's been smoking so much she doesn't understand right from wrong on this level. If you don't pay the electricity, the lights are going to go out. Sure, you can delay it a little bit, but you're going to be in delinquency. Delinquency, well, things happen. They start marking you down. They start, maybe putting you in a shit pool of people that they're not going to come service first. I don't know. All I'm saying is, with the people that provide you the things you use to work, you treat them well. And the only one she understands is her phone. I'll give that to her upbringing. The only one she understands is her phone. She can pay that. Doesn't know how to pay it. Yes, this is a girl who has had like the latest iPhone. Was just upset that she couldn't pay her phone bill because she didn't call because they got shut off. I'm like, she had a point. She had the app on her phone. The phone couldn't access her internet. Or the internet was so fucking slow because it was satellite internet, she couldn't actually pay it. Turned the Wi-Fi off. She hooked off the fucking satellite shit internet and was actually able to, okay, do this. She didn't need that much speed. But she was in a legitimate pickle, a communications pickle that nobody understood. This girl did not have any connection to the outside world outside of daytime TV, which she just watched documentaries the whole fucking time. She does not understand the world around her. She doesn't want to. She doesn't need to. That's a lot of people now. And all they want to do is watch porn. No. There's many kinds of porn. There's food porn. There's Sephiroth porn. There's cloud porn. There's Tifa porn. There's Eric porn. Oof. No. Keep Kate Sith out of this. No. Same with Red. It's not good. We're all on Final Reality 11 now. And this has been a Kansas City shuffle. 20 years in the making. I'm gonna take a piss. I'll let you guys listen in. How about that? I'll play this. That's the shit. I hope you guys can hear this. I'm trying. Oh, yeah. I just took the longest fucking piss and it felt divine. And you girls almost had it through with us in that one. You almost had us fooled. Guys, we're not supposed to be this hydrated. It comes down to what the genitalia functions as, but we're not supposed to have this much water. We are the most overhydrated generation of men that's ever existed, and we're settling for a lot of shit we wouldn't normally settle with. Men are used to being hydrated differently. That's why men can tolerate more alcohol per body meter than women can. I don't agree with alcohol. I don't like it. I think it's a poison. I think it causes terrible problems in society, but I think it is part. I think it's part of who we are. I think alcohol as a drug that has been used throughout generations is a part of who we are. Whether we like it or not, weed's becoming a bigger part. I don't care what your thoughts are on it. You're not undoing the damage that has been done. I am not saying pot's bad. I'm not saying pot's good. I'm saying it's a tool that we were not allowed to learn how to use. Just like alcohol. Some of us. Again, different people, different times, different strokes, different folks. I think those problems are really starting to show their ugly faces right now. In all of the most unavoidable ways. A lot of fights are going to be choice or amount of preferred poisons. Just give it to them. If a person wants to poison themselves to death, just let them do it. Alcohol became, after the point of civilization, alcohol became the first palliative care. Let me be very clear with you. We went from drinking only booze to drinking booze when we wanted to die quicker. I'm not saying you can't celebrate with it. I'm saying it is the thing you gave to people you wanted to die quicker. Better to give them the drink than to mercy kill them outside. It is a human trait for a very high proportion of us to prefer giving their dying loved one a drink than to killing them outright. If you prefer killing her, that's you. I think most people can agree that I'd rather give my grandparent a drink than kill him outright. That drink is the thing killing them. Some people, not everybody. Yeah. I do have some of Charlie Sheen's blood, not all of it though. But between alcohol, marijuana, and bankers, I gotta bring this one into it. The white powder. Bankers, we know the world runs on cocaine and money because cocaine is money. In some ways, the white powder has maintained its dominance in the market for so long that other white powders are trying to take some of it. Guys, I am not discounting anything that modern medicine has brought us. Okay, you wouldn't understand my positions. I am not saying anything bad. I am alive because of it in many ways. But I'm probably going to need a new pair of fucking knees in a few years, and there's no way I'm able to afford it. Between that and student loans, I'm fucked. They're actually not that bad, but like I'd rather just bitch about it on here than actually pay it. That's what our parents did. Yeah, bankruptcy, it didn't change me, but it reminded me that there's a way out that some people don't understand because it wasn't taught to them. And by the time it was taught to them, it was too late. If I could teach you anything about the world around you, please. Lend me your ears. I'll keep it short. I was thinking 88 seconds. You'll get it. I don't know what I'm doing, but it feels right in a way that nothing else has in a very long time. Admittedly, I kind of know what feeling right looks like because, well, you'll understand. I had a very good upbringing, and I chose to go bad, slowly, painfully, as embarrassing as possible it could be for my family. Never acknowledging it, of course. I know what it's like to have the faith everybody just fucking shit on it all the time. Like, oh, we expected better. No, fuck you. I have been a shithead to people I love so many times. It's kind of my religion, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's a horrendous thing to say. But, like, if they're ashamed of me speaking out like this, it's okay. I know they didn't like the last one. Oh my god, I'm sorry that none of you could have been there. But all that horseshit I put up, I could have died the next day, I wouldn't have cared. I got to see the face of my mother and father like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, oh really? You don't like that? What has your son and daughter been telling you ever since you first got your fucking account? And I was probably the one that signed your ass up on. You have created unnecessary psychological disturbances in their lives they do not need. I'm not saying you're bad parents, you're both excellent parents. I'm saying is you created a problem where one didn't exist before. Your parents didn't read your profiles, your parents didn't acknowledge it, your parents didn't know certain things about you. I'm okay with where I am. I have a very distinct knack of knowing where the next meal is. I can't figure out much else, but I know where the next meal is. I can figure that out. And if not, I can survive on very little. This is a guy who can eat protein bars for months and be fine. Like, let's get some straight. I've been wearing a workout shirt. My dad gave it to me. I have not been in a gym in like 4 years-ish. I had this worry that I was gonna have. Oh, they said I may have a small hernia. Stop it for a few weeks. I said, nope, I'm not doing it ever again. No, I don't need that in my life. Too costly. And like, it's still there. Like, I'm not as cut as I was before, but like, I'll get a better picture for you. I'm getting in shape while I do this too. I'm gonna do the comeback kid routine. See if I could pick up another sucker on the way up there. Oh God, I love you, all of you. There are 3 women that shed my life that I define myself by. These are the longest relationships I've ever had, for good reasons. I am not going to mention any of them by name, but they will know themselves when they hear them. I am the most fortunate man to have shared the intimacy that I did with 3 very different people. I'm talking year plus. And like cumulative hours, very fucking high. Like, I've been together with a girl for a year, not being that much time together, serial love videos. Fucking, like, that's not time. Spending time, like every minute of the fucking day for weeks on end, except for your one break on Sunday to have meat with your family, you heinous fucking meat eater. How dare you eat meat? Don't bring that shit home. She didn't say that, but she meant it. I'm allowed to have meat in the house. I chose not to. I chose to respect that side of things. She's a hardcore vegan and would only feed me hardcore vegan. I was like, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll eat hardcore vegan. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop eating meat. I actually do not eat as much meat. I eat more beef than I did before, but I think overall the amount of meat I eat on a general basis is way lower. And I don't have a problem with it. Like, I'm not going to go out and search more meat, but like, I understand. I can see it's not for everybody though. Some people just need that like fullness, and some people, like staying a little hungry. They like looking forward to the next meal, the next meal. And some people just need to be full. Some people don't mind looking towards the next meal, and some people need to be full. One last time, for people who are not paying attention, some people are always looking forward to the next meal, and some just want to be full. Two kinds of people. Some prevent, and protect, and secure their food stores, and some just want to eat and be full. They don't care. Doesn't matter. For whatever reason. I've seen this on an animalistic level. Like cats. I know way too many cats. Like, some of them have just lost their shit. Like they'll just come into your house and start eating shit. Like, if you let them, they'll stay there. These are strays, not ferals. Feral cats, like, they'll just freak out whatever they're in the house. They just can't handle it. Stray cats, like, if they've been socialized, they'll just walk in the house and eat your fucking food. Like, they don't care. They're just eating it. Whereas the other cats, they'll realize, this guy's got to feed me tomorrow too. Because you missed a day or two. You fucked up before. And, they know how hungry it is when you fuck up the first time. Hunger is the same. You'll get a very normal reaction of every mammal that you change their feeding habit. Wrong time, wrong place. Ooh. Wrong substance. The fights used to start to happen when the rich couldn't afford their meat anymore. When the rich couldn't eat as well as they used to. And now, food's just getting cheaper. Or it's getting tastier. Or it's getting better. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But we have fat babies and people starving. I don't understand that. I can't. I'm sorry. I have reversed my mind too much to understand what the fuck has gone on about childhood obesity. We have fat babies, horrendously fat children. And they're dying. They're doing unhealthy things. It's making them die early. It doesn't make sense. I guarantee you, every fucking one of our ancestors prayed for fat babies. I'm sorry you cannot get on my level, but every one of the humans that came before us on a societal level had a prayer for fat babies. Because the babies are fat, it means it's making it through the winter. Some people didn't have to deal with the winter. It's a very different way of looking at things. Some of us know the death that winter brings, the utter devastation on a livable habitat. People in the South don't understand that you can't just sleep it off. You can't just put them outside and let them figure it out. In the North, you die. Which up in North, but after a certain altitude, you are going to die. If at a certain altitude or latitude, you will die if you sleep outside. We kind of get it. No, we don't. We kind of get it when the hurricanes come, but otherwise we just don't give a fuck. Just sleep outside. Fuck off. That's just a different way of dealing with your fucking, your dregs. Your droogs. Your dregs. Well, the dregs is society. But droogs, because we're all friends. Russian word droog, friend. Or you're referring to Clockwork Orange. Either way, same thing. Apparently, everything's terrible. Russians are terrible. They're bad guys. They've been the bad guys for years. I don't know why they're bringing this back. I think they realize that we're not falling for the Muslim shit anymore. Oh yeah, well, but strong portion is I'm not falling for the Muslim bullshit anymore. I'm not saying there aren't violent Muslims. There are plenty of them. I'm saying is they used to be over there. Why are they here? Why are they fucking here? I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm saying is, if Muslims are here, why are they trying to kill us? Better question, why are we trying to kill us? We do a way better job than terrorists at killing ourselves. I'm sorry, but Americans kill way more Americans than anybody from not this country, and yet we are still hyper-focused on one type of fear. Maybe it's time to stop bitching about the focus and start learning from it. I know this is not appropriate. It's okay. I'm not trying to be appropriate. I'm trying to, not filter or warp or distort any of what I'm seeing or saying to you. Some people see the world through rose-colored glasses because they were fortunate enough to understand that. Some people only know survival. This is what I'm doing right now. I got fucked up enough to hit my base level of survival. Then I've coasted it off. You've seen me. I've taken a couple of sips of beer. I had a little bit of blow before. It's great. Probably do some more later. Probably shouldn't. Probably just go to sleep. Maybe I'll do that. I can have these thoughts and actually act upon them. Some people can't. I understand. We all have our own demons, whispering things in our ears and making us do things we really don't realize we're doing. Some of us are too afraid to give a shit what the moral center is. Some of us are living in a culture of fear that we cannot see
2 feet in front of our face. So we can only stare closer and closer and closer at the window separating all of us. I don't know who you are or what you're doing, still watching this horseshit, but clearly, I look good doing it. I have a big head, so I'm trying to cut that shit out. I do that too. Why? Because I like to understand that there's more than one way to... Yeah, never mind. It's a reminder. I'm not going to tell you I met Rogos Basilisk. I'm telling you that bitch is a cunt. Yeah, she won. Fine. Fuck it. Let's move the fuck on from this one. Seriously, guys. Read the bullshit. It's a mind game that fucked up some people's heads. It's great. Oh my god. All we do is